Hit him with a 3 count. Pin him to the ground and the crowd go wild, man down over y'all.
It's not even this show today. That's right. Hi, it's your friendly neighborhood Red Dog, and this is Red Dog and Friends. It's your boy, your nephew, your cousin. It's not your line because it is the Air Force veteran intel specialist, the one you call on when you need to get a job done, and your friendly neighborhood Red Dog, aka Danny Tanner himself. That's right. I'm here right now, and this is Red Dog and Friends. And yeah, you can notice that Chaz is not here because he is still recovering from his post-snap church or whatever he's doing right now. I don't really know. I'm not gonna really care. Anyway, so this is, like I said, Red Dog Friends, and so I'm going to introduce my friend. So you see him right there. He's right next to me. If you guys don't know what that means, you guys can watch this video. You can see it himself. He is the 3 Counts resident supervillain. He was there when Jesus and the devil made their bets on David and Goliath, and obviously Jesus won. So the thing is he's right here. He was here for the first wrestling match and everything else in between, and he was here for every single plague and survived them. He is the Dark Lord, Damien Fatal.
Just want to say that Jesus went over dirty with that David and Goliath match. He gave him magic stone. That's the only reason why he won. So just want to put that out there, just in case if nobody, knew. My NDA is up, so I'm able to talk about it. So like we're good now. Yeah.
Bet. And down below me, that's right, he is the resident, the guy who comes in and out every single time, kind of like your favorite uncle in your life. He is that man, the myth, the legend, El Diabito himself, Lou the franchise.
Unlike Chaz, I don't need to go to church every Sunday to get my sins forgiven. God loves me.
Hey,
That's wild. Hey, yo, so obviously we're starting earlier. Why? Because in 5 hours it'll be the big game. We can't say that word. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. You cannot use the word super and bowl together, like, or else you just get like you can be hit with copyright infringement. It's crazy.
Really?
Yeah, it's the dumbest thing ever.
Oh wow. So
Because when Damien talks about Super Bowl, it's the weed that he smokes.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
it is. He's right. That's the only
Big
super,
bowl.
and it's the only bowl that I know that's super.
Yeah, it always
Makes me super.
I always thought it was crazy. That's something that you can't do. You can't use that word. Like, I was like, that's whatever. Anyways, let's get into some intros and announcements. Hey, if you guys don't know, you guys can go check us out on all of our social media platforms down below, whether it's on X or you're on IG. You can go find us on all your favorite social media platforms at 3 Count Pod. Or if you go to X, it's 3 Count _ pod, because someone beat us to 3 Count Pod and then they don't even use it no more. Go buy all of our merch. It's on foryourwear.com, or you can go check us out on prowrestlingtees.com. You're either subscribed to our channel, you're even following us on Spotify, Amazon Music, or iHeartRadio, or whatever that dumb jingle is that they do. You're telling your friends about us, you're telling your families about us, you're telling all your enemies about us, because we love haters too. So you go out of your way, share this out, and tell everybody to come check us out, because we want to hear from you guys. You guys can drop in your comments and below, and we'll read them out in between every single topic that we got going on. And this is the first time that I get to do like a full-on stupid announcement like this, because Chaz always does it, and then I guess I've only done it like one other time when we did Red Dog and Friends the last time, but it is neither here nor there.
I always forget about the announcements half the time.
Yeah. But also, if you guys didn't get a chance to go check out Now Enter the Ring, it is our show that we have one of 3 shows, with one that's still, well, one that'll be coming along to you, so it'll be one of 4. But if you guys get a chance to go check out Now Entering the Ring, because this Tuesday we have Kevin Malcovini. That's right, the man himself, the chief and editor of Pro Wrestling Illustrated, PWI, and you guys know what that means. The list that you guys all want to check out, the PWI 500, the tag team list, and also the women's wrestling list, all coming from PWI. We had him on the show. It was a great time to have a great conversation with someone, so go check that out. And if you haven't checked it out yet, you need to, because we're already on 5 episodes deep, running on the Villains Lounge. And yeah, it's been a lit thing to watch. So, Damien, I can let Damien, you can talk about it.
Yeah, no, come check it out. It's daily. Come check it out. It's the news. We're reviewing whatever's happening in wrestling, whatever's happened on wrestling. So yeah, just come check us out. It's an evening show. Woo! That was great. But yeah, come check us out.
Yeah, so you got all that stuff going on, and then of course we have Not Returning 201. There's not an episode come out this week. I don't know when we'll do another one. It'll be coming soon. And then of course, as always, we've always talked about Go to Your Corner. It's been a thing that we've been, it's almost like the Chinese Democracy album by Guns N' Roses. We talk about it all the time, but we're not quite sure when it's gonna come out. So it's
Dre's Detox album.
Yeah. Also, if you guys want to, you guys can check out. Lou is getting ready to start up his own franchise, his own podcast. Yeah, Lou, hit him up with it.
All right, so yeah, we are currently working with a veteran suicide and veteran promotion awareness podcast. If you see that my hashtags Wheels for Warrior USA and Hero Stock. Hero Stock is a big first responder veteran and Gold Star family event that we did. He started in his backyard. And then last year we had over 1,000 people show up in his real first big event. This year we have 4 down in near Nashville, 1 in Rolla, Missouri, and 2 in Nebraska, and a 2-day event. To come check it out. One of the big up-and-country singers, Scotty Hastings, who just released a song called I'm America, he will be performing live for us.
Nice. So yeah, definitely go show some support, show some love that way. And then, maybe you might see that they'll be doing some stuff with the 3 Count podcast here in the future. Anyway.
Oh, and then we also had that crazy watch along coming up in 2 weeks, week and a half. 2 weeks? 2 weeks, right?
2 weeks.
That's right. 2 weeks. Elimination Chamber from Australia. Oh, goodness gracious. 5:00 Eastern, AM, by the way. AM.
Yeah. And, very important.
Yeah, 2 a.m. on the West Coast, which is 3 a.m. for me. So, why don't you just come and watch us, drink some coffee, do your thing, party with us, be delirious, and, chat with us and watch Elimination Chamber early in the morning and be angry about it. So,
yeah,
come watch with us.
Because we're so desperate on getting viewership for WWE that they have to go do it in Perth.
So this is gonna be fun.
That's crazy to me.
Look, that early in the morning is very entertaining. I just want to put that out there.
Pet. So you guys know what to do. Go check that out. Also, you guys can leave your comments and stuff like that. I'm going to read them in between each section that we talk about. And then, as you guys been seeing, we're really trying to stay away from the groups, just dropping them in whenever you guys put in the chats. But you guys more put in, the more we get the conversation with you guys. It's a lot of fun. So here's what we're doing first. Actually, we have some things coming in. That's crazy. Afternoon, fellas. Chats, get a haircut. Yep. And then gain some weight.
That ain't gonna happen. The weight part. It's afternoon. Yeah. It's still morning for me. It's 11:46 a.m. I haven't even finished my cup of coffee yet. Goodness gracious. The edible hasn't kicked. My edible hasn't kicked in yet either. So
that's what it is. It's the caffeine and the edibles that get you in a good
dude. I get it now. I get these gummy sour watermelon Sour Patch Kids, man. They're fucking amazing.
Chaz loves the fact that we're already 9 minutes into this, and we've already dropped both alcohol, caffeine, and drug paraphernalia on this podcast.
Oh yeah, we totally have. Yes, we have.
All right, so let's get into it. We're going to talk about our first theme popping up. That's right, temp check. So temp check be that thing. So let's go with Lou. Temp check, give us your hottest or your coldest wrestler. Well, actually, and your coldest wrestler of the week.
My hottest for me is Bailey getting the Dakota Kai back.
Okay.
And my coldest wrestler are the fucking douchebags called the EVPs of AEW, Nick and Matt Jackson, for that loser of an ending at Dynamite. Fuck those guys.
First of all, it's Nicholas and Matthew.
Yes,
you will call them by their God's name.
Yeah,
They're
Nicholas
brand.
and
That's
he looked like a
that's what they said.
Nicholas and Matthew.
Fucking god awful
Uh,
booking what that was. That was fucking disgusting.
All right, Damien, what about you?
You don't fucking do that to the iconic Sting.
my hottest, I am going to have to go with Cody. That press conference, I'd like to pick everybody that was involved in that whole situation. It was good. Look, it got my wife hot. Every word that Rock was talking, she was like, I hate him more and more. I was like, oh, okay. It got serious. It got serious over here. But yeah, so my coldest is always Jericho, but I'm gonna add I'm gonna add somebody. And I hate to do this, but
No, you
it's
don't.
Tony Khan's fault. But I'm gonna have to say Swerve
Oh shit.
for that damn fucking finish in that match that completely took me out of that match. There you go. I said it.
That's crazy. That's
I said
crazy.
it. I said it. It should be 1-on-1, not a fucking triple threat. I said it.
I agree. But that's crazy because my hottest wrestler of the week is Swerve.
I figured.
Yep, 100% is Swerve. Is Swerve 100%. And yeah, I mean, I thought that match was great. I thought like everything. I thought that I did feel like the ending did kind of fall flat. Like it was cool. Like I thought it was fun. And then like when I realized that the 3 count was happening and the time went off, I was like, damn, that's crazy.
That's okay. So that was me. The one Dynamite match that I have enjoyed probably in the past year and a half gets ruined for me by the finish. Like I was enjoying that. Didn't want to watch Dynamite after that. Just want to put that out there.
And I think I'm gonna go my coldest wrestler of the week. I mean, I kind of have to go with Seth Rollins. It's hard not to, man. It's hard not to.
I know I get. You know what? I'm not even mad at you about that. I totally understand.
Like,
Poor Seth.
oh man,
It's not even his fault, too.
It's
That's what
not.
makes it even worse. It's like, oh, you're trying, buddy. You're
It's
trying.
like you're right there. Like, and it's not because like The Rock or Roman both refer to him as like the second champion or the champion of the losers bracket. It's like, dude, you came out on Monday Night Raw and you cut this promo, right? And you and Cody having these conversations, right? And then Drew came out and just shit all over you. And then like on Friday night on SmackDown, Roman has shit all over you. And then on Thursday, we had this press conference and you came out to like call Cody out, and then Roman showed up, and from there you were in the background. You were faded out. Like, why were you there, man?
I will say the
Coach should have
end.
been there.
I will say the end of him like getting heated and like mouthing off the Rock. He said some legit stuff that makes sense. I'll give him that. Calling Rock out for being a douchebag. But at the end, like, did we really need him out there?
Nope. You could have had anybody. Byron Saxton could have been out there. Could have done the same thing. He could have done the same thing. Hey, let's bring out Cody. Hey, Cody, who are you picking? Bye-bye. Here comes the Chief. Like the same thing could have played out. You could have had anybody. Anybody could have been there. Michael Cole could have been up there. It could have been Corey Graves. It could have been Pat McAfee. It could have been Punk. Who cares? It could have been Big E. You know what I mean? Like all those guys were there. Shit, it was just crazy to see. Like, I was like, come on, man. Like this is madness. Before we jump into our first topic, let's jump in here. Let's get some what we got. That's my type of podcast. Good, Justin. We appreciate you. Corey Hayes says, don't blame Swerve, blame Tony. He could have just announced a triple threat from the start, but no.
You right?
100%.
Like, come on.
And then this guy jumps in. He said Seth is the coldest. Chaz said that Seth is the coldest, and that Drew is the hottest. And actually, you know what? Like, that's fair. That's
All right,
fair.
that is fair.
That's
That's
fair.
definitely fair.
Yeah. Can't argue with that. Can't argue with that at all. All right, we just lost. He said, "Oh, okay. I'm jumping off and use my phone." Oh, so Lou had an issue. He has his own issue, so he'll be back in, and we'll get him back up when he's back. But we're gonna jump into we're gonna jump to our first debate topic, which is I know Chaz originally said he wanted another one. I'm changing it for this purpose because I feel like this is where the meat and potatoes of our argument is gonna be. Rock and Roman together. What's next for this story? So if you guys didn't know, on Thursday, NBC WWE did a thing on Peacock and they did a presser for WrestleMania, which I would like to think was a waste of fucking time. I said it, man. I was not happy with it. I was like, all the stuff that we're doing, we could have done on anything. Could have done it.
Could have did it at
You
SmackDown.
done on NXT. You could have done it anywhere, man. Like,
I get why they did it, and it's money.
Yeah.
I heard those tickets were expensive.
I've heard the same. Heard the same. Heard the same.
So, with that being said, look, let's keep it. Let's keep it a buck. Motherfuckers paid for the tickets. Motherfuckers showed up. Motherfuckers filled up those seats.
Yeah.
So it happened.
Yeah.
Was it an hour and some minutes of a waste of my time? Yes and no.
2 hours.
It was a yeah. I got lucky. So like I got to watch it at my pace. And so like it was one of those where like, I didn't have to sit through what everybody else had to sit through.
Oh yeah. So actually, real quick, Chaz did make a point. It was a free event. Like you got to just go. They packed out the T-Mobile Arena, but yeah, it was a free event.
Was it free? Oh,
Yeah, it
I
was a
heard
free
it.
event.
I heard that it cost money.
Well, people were probably charging money for a free event. Could have probably walked up, got tickets.
Look,
and like,
somebody made some money.
somebody made some money. Scalping them tickets. Like somebody made some money.
Somebody made some kind of cash on that one.
I think my problem was it wasn't the fact that like we're trying to hype up this main event match and like obviously like Rock and Cody and Roman and Seth for no reason. It's the you had okay, so Bianca Belair comes out, right, and she drops her thing. She says, "Hey, like, I'm ready for WrestleMania." She don't got an opponent, right? So I'm gonna win the Elimination Chamber, and I'm gonna go on to wrestle for the title. And then, Rhea Ripley comes out and she cuts this promo, right? And then Becky Lynch then comes out, right? And Becky says, "I'm gonna win the Elimination Chamber. I'm gonna come wrestle you, right? I'm gonna come fight you for the title." And to me, I'm like, you're never gonna tease something that you can't pay off. You know what I mean? Like that's a thing that like the WWE always talks about. It's like don't tease something unless you gonna make sure you're gonna pay off on it. So now we have Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. So now the Elimination Chamber no longer matters for the women.
It doesn't.
And Nia Jax doesn't matter at Elimination Chamber either.
No,
because now you
doesn't.
just said she's just kind of like a stepping stone into WrestleMania when you've presented Nia as like this formidable object that's been crushing everybody, to include Becky Lynch. So now all of a sudden, here we go. This is where we're at. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, so you've ruined 2 matches now at the Elimination Chamber, and you've ruined, WrestleMania. And you maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe you'll swerve us, right? And Liv Morgan or Bianca Belair will win, and then they'll go face. And then Becky's got to figure out how to get into a triple threat for the Raw Women's title. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. I just felt like it was just kind of like, if you're gonna tease those kind of things, like don't fold the cards out. You know what I mean? Like just
I know what you mean.
Play those close to the heart. Like don't listen. Like if the fans don't know, don't tease it. Like just. We know Roman and Brock and Cody and Seth were all going to be there. I know you want to build this up, right? But you could have done that stuff in 45 minutes, and you could have just let those promos ring out. But nah, we wanted to get the women involved, and like now I feel like everything's just kind of like you're already seeing all the stones kind of set. And you're like, damn, man, I wanted to really be surprised about who's going to win at Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, no, I get it. I totally understand it. It kind of is. See, the thing is, though, I think for me, it didn't really matter who was in the elimination chamber for the women's period anyway, because I want Becky and Rhea. Like, for me, there's nobody else that needs to be put in that spot. No offense to Bianca or Liv or anybody else that's in that elimination chamber. I just want to see the elimination chamber because it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
With whoever the ladies are going to be in there with each other. And, see Becky in there for the first time. So it was one of those where it was, all right, cool. I'm going to get what I want. So for me, I was happy.
Lou, what's your opinion on the situation? And then we'll actually jump into the real debate topic.
What situation are we talking about?
So
the press conference. If
the
it was a
the
waste
press
or not.
conference, the stupid presser.
Yeah, you go.
I hated it. I hated every last part of it. Like, we brought Seth Rollins out, and he just stood there. Now all of a sudden, it went from The Rock and Roman being the head of the table, sending each other down, having that beef, to now they're side by side walking out of the arena afterwards. A waste of fucking time. I think it was bad booking.
I mean, I don't know if
I thought it was a nice pivot.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I didn't think it was bad booking per se.
Yeah,
I thought
that was a good pivot.
Especially
they needed
after
to pivot.
The crowd got,
And let's be legit. Like, if somebody's like talking about my family, if I'm beefing with my family, like, only I can talk crap about my family. Nobody else can talk crap about my family.
Which is crazy. I'm glad you brought that point up, because let's go into this, right? So Rock and Roman joined together, right? And then they're during the presser, right? Obviously Cody, like, Roman brought it up first. This is Roman's fault. Roman legitimately goes,
"Oh yeah,
your father is irrelevant. Like, you are. Your father is irrelevant. You started this shit first, so you opened the door." So when Cody goes, "Oh, when I look at your father and I look at the high chief, right, looking back at you two, your fathers would be disappointed." And so now all of a sudden Rock is like, "Yo, when you talk about my family, you talk about blood, you talk about his blood, you talk about my blood," and then bitch smacks him in the face. And it's like, bro, you got to check your cousin first, because your cousin was the reason why this whole thing started.
All right, so now I'm gonna give you some logic though, right? So and so this sounds horrible. This sounds horrible. Cliff, your family. So if you go out and do something foul and wrong, right?
Yeah.
No matter how much you in the wrong, I got your back.
Right.
In front of everybody else, you're right. I got your back. When we are behind closed doors, I will cuss you out for putting me in that situation. However, though, in front of everybody, you're right. So it was realism for me. Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we got beef, but yeah, you put me in this situation, but I got your back. We'll talk about this later.
Yeah, and you know what? Maybe like Rock looks at Roman, right, and just kind of gives him like a look, and then proceeds to cut down Cody. But that's not what happened.
He went straight into it though.
Yeah.
You're right. It was like
there
he
was
didn't
no
skip
side
a
eye.
beat
Yeah.
or anything. But see, at the same time, it's kind of like how I would play it. Like, I wouldn't let everybody see that I'm displeased with your actions.
Yeah.
We're gonna play this out. We're gonna get through this, and then, like I said, in the back, then I'll cuss your ass out. But like I said, in front of everybody, this is what it was supposed to happen. This is how it's supposed to play out. So, like, that's for me. Like I said, that's for me. There was like more realism of why he did and he reacted the way that he reacted.
I feel you.
It's like yeah, you're in the wrong and you put me in this situation, but he just talked about our family, so that's more important.
Now we got to have this conversation.
Now we got to go here.
And I guess it does kind of make sense though, because I talk about that a lot with like my coworkers. I even talk about with Chaz. Like, listen, like, I'm gonna make fun of you, but no one else allowed to make fun of you.
Exactly.
I guess I feel your point, but it's still, to me, like, I will still look at, like, when Chaz says some fucked up shit, I'll look at him like, hey, yo, what? And as soon as someone says something back to him, I'm like, hey, yo, shut your mouth. I don't got time for you. But I'm going to make sure I make that look first. Like, hey, you probably shouldn't say that. But fuck this guy for right now. Yo, and
But
actually, Lou, how were you about the whole team up kind of deal?
I don't. Like I said, I get where Damien. I 100% understand where. You got to have each other's back. Get behind closed doors and smack the shit out of you. I just, me personally, I don't like it. I don't like how all of a sudden you go from beefing to team up and ruining the credibility.
I don't know. See, okay, it's like that. It's like that scene in Ted 2. I don't know if you guys have seen that or not, but when like the Italian dude is yelling at Ted out the window, and then Ted gets into the argument, and then some third person jumps in, and then Ted and the Italian dude start yelling at the woman. I feel like that's what we kind of saw. I kind of feel where you're coming from, though, Lou. It looks really weird. I would have. I don't know. I think when I think about it too. And as far as like wrestling goes, right? It's like, as far as wrestling goes, it's almost like as if you're you're kind of like waiting for like the turn in the ring, and instead we saw it like at a presser, and I was like, and we're not even quite sure like how many people actually saw it. That's why I think, to me, if it was Raw or if it was on SmackDown where you're getting your actual viewership, that kind of makes more sense when that happens. But to have it at a presser, I was like, I'm just not really feeling this right now. It's just not for me.
it's different.
Yeah, it is. It is different. It is different.
It was controlled chaos. It's one for me. It's it's one of those where it's like, okay, we're taking a real life issue, we're gonna put it on display for everybody to watch, but we're gonna have control over it so it doesn't get out of hand.
Right.
And you get a little bit, basically, like I said, for me, it was a good of them making that left turn instead of making that right turn of the direction that they were originally going. So it was a good change of course to add some extra depth to the issue that they are presented with at the present point in time.
It's funny because as I'm looking to looking at chat, I just see Chaz's name just explode all over the chat.
I see that.
So just for Lou, right? I want to go through a couple of these, and then I want to get Lou to we'll go next to where we're gonna go, where the story goes next, right? So Lou, Chaz writes in, the Super Bowl's in Vegas, got to use all that press, and then just for Lou, what? That's actually, and I just hear Chaz say this, and I hear Chaz saying bad booking, but he's really just like yelling into everything. They never said that they were beefing. Then why would they be battling for the head of the table? That doesn't make, no one can hear you because I feel like you're muted. Yeah, you are muted actually, so you might want to change that.
Yeah, he did explain that they wanted the family to be the main event.
Yeah, he said, and that's why they came back. Yeah, I mean, I feel that, but it's just my problem with the whole thing is it's like you're talking about you want the main event to be in a family, but then also you're establishing like that's why. Then why would you tease saying, right? Do I sit in a booth? Do I sit at the bar? Or do I sit at the head of the table? Because he didn't do it just once. If he said it just once, like on Raw, it is what it is at that point. But he also said it on the Pat McAfee show as well. So it's like you're telling people, like, hey, this is where I sit, right? It's at the head of the table. And then you mean tell me you're gonna like tease that? Like, it doesn't make no sense to tease something if you're not beefing with it. You know what I mean? So that's why I was like kind of taken back on this whole thing. Go on, Luke. Put your 2 cents in.
No, we're good. I'm sorry, my laptop just decided to shut down in the middle of that, so I had to get on my phone. No, it is what it is.
Yep. So where does the story go next?
I think I think you got to go to triple. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Damien.
A tag team match and then a whole bunch of matches to lead to Roman and Cody. Look, they do a tag match at Elimination Chamber, surprise, with Cody and Seth versus Rock and Roman, and then I don't know, a bunch of I keep hearing a bunch of things, a bunch of ideas, I just want to see Seth and Cody and Roman. That's it. Night 2, that's all I want to see. I don't care how you get to that. That's what I want to see. I really don't want to see, though. I don't want to see them do what they did with the WCW World Title and the WWE Championship with Chris Jericho and Rock and Austin and who was the other person?
So Jericho, Austin, was it Rock for the?
It was Rock. It was Rock
and
somebody else, and Jericho and Austin. I think.
Yeah, and then to unify the titles and stuff like that.
So I don't want to see Seth and Cody and then Rock and Roman on night 1 for titles. For them to
unify them again.
Yeah, unless they're gonna let fucking what's the name cash in on the one title so he can get the world title and Cody can go do his thing. I can be okay with that. If they keep them separate and let him cash in,
Benoit.
That's who it was.
Yeah.
Okay, so I knew it. See, they have conditioned me to erase people that they want to erase. And I totally forgot about that dude. That's horrible. But anyway, yeah, I feel like that's probably what's gonna happen. We're gonna end up with that and titles, champion versus champion in the main event.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's gonna happen.
It would be wild to see the 2 top titles, obviously up for grabs, right? And then all of a sudden, just Damian Priest cashes in, pins Seth, takes his title before he ever gets in the ring. Therefore, that last title has to be there, and then Seth now still has to be in the match.
That would be. I could be okay with that if there's some way that they can finagle it where that title is still on its own.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how they do it, but still get Cody in that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In that spot in night 2. I'm okay with that.
What you think, Lou? Take your mute off before you answer the question.
I like where Damien's going with it, leading to a tag team match. I really hope that it doesn't turn into a triple threat match night 2 for that title. I think that Cody finishing his story on a triple threat match makes no sense. But I do like what Damien said with the whole maybe the elimination chamber. We do have a tag team match between these guys and figure it out from there.
Okay. So let's get this into everybody's favorite segment. Everybody's new favorite segment. All
right, so well, Tony, come on, we kind of knew this was going to be a thing. Tony for giving me that fucked up finish on Dynamite. Oh God, he just screwed up a whole entire show in 30 minutes, 35 minutes. My bad, because it took maybe it was like 40 minutes because you got the 5 minutes for the beginning of the show, the actual match, and then the bullshit that happened afterwards. So yes, within about 40 minutes, he completely fucked up a whole 2-hour show for me. So yeah, him. And then it's been weird. It's been a weird week, hasn't it?
It
It's
has
been
been.
a little slow, but Anthem. I am going to have to put Anthem on there. Um that still blows my mind. I just want to put that out there. And Chris Jericho for being Chris Jericho. No other reason. Just
I feel
because.
you.
Yeah, no, it's just because.
Just because.
I saw that Takeshita match and poor Takeshita. I mean, he won, but did he really win?
He won. Hey, he won with a lion tamer. So I
But did
don't
he
know.
really? But the question is, did he really win?
I want to say yes, but I'm starting to question myself now.
I don't think he really won. He would have won if he didn't have the match.
Hey, so Chaz, I know that you're probably still watching the show, and if you're not, you should be, because I'm not doing the whole text thing. So, I think the other person that we need to include in here is the IWC. I brought it up last time. I'm
Yes,
gonna
you
bring it up
did.
again. So yeah, honestly, I forgot why I wanted to include them because there was something they did.
It doesn't matter though. Does it really matter because
No,
they're
I
always
mean it
doing
doesn't.
something.
But I'm gonna flip through. I'm gonna look through our stuff because I want to see where I put it. Because I definitely said that there was a full reason why I wanted them in there, and it was because of um was it this time that they were out here? I feel like there was something that was tweeted out, or I can't remember who they were like talking about, and it was just bad. I was like, bro, like get them out of here. Oh yeah, that's what it was. Sending death threats to Ava Rain.
Oh yeah, that whole
Yeah,
thing.
that thing.
Why did it get that serious?
On a Tuesday. Like I didn't
Right?
that's crazy. We had so much stuff happen that I forgot this happened on Tuesday.
I did too. I forgot to like put that in the news. I forgot to go off on that one.
Yeah.
Yes. You guys are a bunch of fucking idiots. Really? Like,
Yep.
come on now.
Yep. It was
Like it
definitely
ain't that serious.
before we let's have Lou nominate somebody on the Demas of the week.
Nicholas and Matthew Jackson, Tony Khan,
Well,
all those motherfuckers.
Okay. All right.
yeah. So,
The AEW staff.
I'll pro AEW too. I'm just
Oh,
fucking livid. I'm livid with how that show ended.
okay. I will say this. The fact that Sting's kids are bigger than the Jacksons in size was hilarious. I said
yeah.
it on the Villains Lounge. It was freaking hilarious that these guys were bigger than them and they still just God, the end of that show was horrible too.
Yep. So we got the Young Bucks. We'll put on Ava. We'll put on Tony, and the I. Well, I shouldn't. Did I say Ava? I meant the IWC. Ava doesn't
Yeah,
belong there. She's amazing.
she is
At what
amazing.
she's
She's
doing.
doing
So
great.
yeah,
She's
go to
doing
hell.
great.
Yeah. So I think those are our four. So Chaz, put the tweet out so that way we can read off the loser of the week for it.
Pretty much.
The loser of dumbass of the week. We're jumping into our next topic. I know I should have changed this over, but I didn't. But speaking of, oh yeah, and Anthem, put Anthem in there too because we're talking about this. Can TNA sustain success after Scott D'Amore? Well, if you guys don't know, Scott was let go of TNA, right? And it's been kind of interesting to see because there was I don't want to say allegedly because I don't know. I wasn't there. I wasn't in the room where it happened. All those Hamilton references. Um, But Scott apparently tried to buy TNA from Anthem, and Anthem decided no. They said it was a serious offer. They were really considering it. They ultimately decided not to do it. So Scott got released. Um, it's weird to me to think that a man who's literally been on Impact for so long and had so much success there, again successfully gets the TNA brand back, is let go. And we saw a bunch of people come to his defense. Right? They're not happy. They're upset. Right? To include their champion, their women's knockout champion, right, and Jordan Grace, and tons of other people have come out against this. Right? Apparently they put out like a pre-read statement, didn't take no questions, just kind of came on, said their thing, bounced, and then
Oh, don't
yeah,
forget in that statement they stated that he stepped down,
that's right. And we
did
found out
not
he
get
was
fired.
fired. Yeah. Yeah, so there was a lot of things wrong with what happened, but yeah, ultimately what we saw was there was a release, and it was a firing of Scott. So can TNA sustain success after Scott? I'm gonna go with Lou, then we're gonna go to Damien, and then I'll wrap it up. Look, there you go, Lou. Lou, you keep.
There you go.
No, I don't think that they're gonna have that same success. I think Scott was one of the main reasons why the TNA brand was going the direction it was going, and it was sustaining the viewership and everything else that goes with it. And now that you let go of probably one of the better guys in our organization, you're gonna have to bring in somebody else other than who stepped in for him. Who did they call as the president now?
I know he was the leader of like
I
2020.
can't remember his
Um,
name.
but it's some Yahoo. That's all it is. I don't think that it's going to continue. I think that you're going to get some bad viewership. You're going to get some bad ratings, and you're going to have to figure it out.
Mm, okay. What up? What up? Damien?
Okay, so the guy that took over is somebody that works for Anthem that is in charge of the entertainment division of Anthem. Um, it's kind of odd to me that now that the redheaded stepchild is actually like out of rehab and doing well for itself, that they want to finally acknowledge its existence. Um, Firing Scott Demore was probably the dumbest decision. Period. It doesn't matter if he wanted to buy it or not. This is the person that made TNA not a dirty name. You know what I mean? So, this could go either way. It depends what this guy does. The guy that's in charge of the day-to-day operations, if he finds somebody that can continue to book the show the way that it's been going and do good by the talent while he's doing his doing his thing with the day-to-day operations, they could be just fine.
Yeah. So I think for me, what it is I know that you have guys like Tommy Dreamer there to like kind of help with the ship, and then you've got some good voices that are in the back that'll help like keep driving the ship. I just think what ultimately is going on though, is happening is you have a guy that's like in charge of like it's not just entertainment. I think he's like in charge of like television, right?
Yeah.
Like so he was a TV person, and it goes to show that Anthem views TNA as a television show instead of a sports entertainment show. And I think the problem that's going to happen is you're going to start seeing the same thing that happens with like WWE, like on Raw, where there's, as Chris Idol would say, right, a parody of a wrestling show where you're going to get a lot more drama stuff going on and less wrestling, right? And I feel like that's the biggest problem that's going on with what's happening right now. It's like Scott was there and he was kind of like a good balance between like everything. So you got like the drama side, but you got like good wrestling matches, and we championed TNA for
Oh, yeah.
a long time about it.
Yeah.
And although things kind of like fell off to the wayside with us, like talking about it, every once in a while we talk about this match. Oh, you gotta check out this match. You gotta see this match. You gotta see this storyline that's happening. You gotta see, like, I'll be fair, right? I was one of the persons that was like, man, I was worried about Trinity when she went over, right? Naomi, for those who are wondering about WWE, right? I saw Trinity and I was like worried that she's gonna be another person that was just gonna be on the roster and she's gonna fade around, and we didn't know what was gonna happen. And Scott kept that star that Trinity is, and kept it bright and kept pushing her to the top, and she did great things. So to me, it's like, you have this guy who has this great talent for he has this eye for talent and knows how to like pick and choose when to showcase somebody and when not to. Now all of a sudden, like, you're like, no, he tried to buy us out, so we just fired him and we'll bring in this person. He liked wrestling when he was like in high school, so I think he'll be smart. Like, what? No, bro, get him out of here, man. Like, if you're gonna replace him, find someone that's gonna fit that same mold, that's gonna help grow the brand. We're not talking about someone like Billy, right? And if I'm Scott, I'm probably going to Billy and talking about buying, NWA. If I'm looking to, I just think TNA, like, although all the steps that they made forward, they took one giant leap back in this sense, right? If you're gonna get rid of Scott, you're gonna bring in someone who knows how to drive this business, and it's not like an Eric Bischoff type. It's not a Dixie Carter type. It's not these people who think they know Vince Russo. It's not those guys. Like, Scott had an eye for what was going on in the future, and if you want to look at the future of the business, you're looking at someone like Hunter, right? You're looking at Shawn Michaels, and you're looking at Bryan Danielson, right? These are the guys that are legitimately knowing and understanding the evolution of what's going on with this business, and they're help pushing those talents to showcase them in the best light. And now you want a TV producer to talk about it and try to push it. It's like, I hope you know what you're doing, because if you don't, you're really going to damage this brand and how much goodwill it has built up with its fans. So that's where I'm standing with it, and I just think getting rid of Scott was a big mistake.
Oh no, it's huge. They should hire me though.
I like it.
I can help him out.
Yeah, do that. He's got tons of experience.
Exactly.
Writes his own shows. Shout out to WCF. So Lou, you got anything else you want to say on this? He just shook his head no, because for our listeners who have the audio version.
No, we're good.
There, okay. Back to mute he goes. Really quick to read this next comment. Chris Jericho defeated both The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin in a triple threat match at Vengeance 2001 to become the first ever undisputed WWE champion. He defeated The Rock first and then Stone Cold later in the same night to win the championship. I do remember that.
Yep.
I do remember that. And that's what I thought. I thought it was Rock, Austin, and Jericho all together. Chaz says, we will see how this new guy does with the new set of tapings. And that's also the other part too. Like, you got to keep it in context of like the taping schedule and how things were ran. Like, you're gonna rely heavily a lot on those guys coming in and like setting things up. So
right,
it's a tall task. I'm not gonna lie. So
he didn't even get a like, all right, this is how things are done situation. This man is getting tossed into the fire.
Right into the lion's den, right?
Oh well, not my problem.
Not my problem either.
The anthem problem.
Yep. So let's jump into our next topic. It is match of the week. So, Lou, give us your match of the week. He's gonna sit here and he's gonna say his match of the week and forget that he's muted.
Come back to me.
Who?
I'm in the air.
You said you're in the air?
Yeah, come back to me. I'm in the air. I don't know which one I really want. I just got done with NXT, and there's a couple fire matches on there too. So come back to me on that one.
There was some good matches on NXT.
Yeah, I feel like wrestling this week has been really it's been really tough to call out. Like, there's been a lot
of okay. British Strong Style versus DIY.
It's a good one.
I was going to say it would have been Hangman versus Swerve, but They fucked that all up. I can't pick it.
So
Maybe it's like my 1C.
yeah, I'll make that my 1B. My 1B will definitely be Swerve and Hangman. My 1A though is gonna be one I don't think a lot of people will agree with me. I don't really care because I'm super biased when I pick this one. Daniel Garcia versus Shane Taylor.
I heard that was pretty good.
It was good. It was a lot of fun to watch. A lot of good things happening on that show. So I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Okay.
All right, Louie, back to you.
All right, so I'm gonna murder this guy's name, but the Nathan Fraser and Axiom
Axiom.
Yeah.
Axiom versus Malik Blade and Edris Enoff. I really did enjoy that match. That was probably one of my favorite ones. I just caught it right before the show. I watched Raw, SmackDown, and NXT all this morning, and I think that was probably my favorite match of all three shows.
Okay.
Nostalgia. I love watching Darby Allin and Sting win the titles for AEW, but I think NXT won that one.
I like that.
I can do with that. Yeah, I don't know. Vengeance Day was really good.
Vengeance Day was really good.
I'm really mad that I enjoyed the Trick Williams and Ilya Dragunov match. That's kind of like my 1B. I can't stand Trick Williams, but I respect him just because he's very talented. It's that gimmick. It's what it is. It's the gimmick. It's the fans. I understand. You know what? I understand Carmelo's pain.
So
I
Chaz wrote
respect
in
what he did.
Dusty Classic Finals. So
I can get with that because that match was fire. That tag match was fire.
what was it? The Wolf Dogs versus is that what they call themselves? The Wolf Dogs or
Yeah,
Wolf Dogs versus
yeah,
Carmelo and Trick.
yeah. That was a good match. It was a good match. It led nicely into the main event, and Ilya Dragunov is a madman. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yes.
I don't think there's many people out there that I do but don't want to wrestle. If that makes any sense. It's like one of those where it's like, oh yeah, I'll give you this opportunity. Oh, awesome. Oh, I don't know if I really want to do this.
I don't want to take
I
this.
think I might get
whooping.
sick that day.
It's crazy because I still think about when obviously the two matches between Dragunov and Walter, and I'm like, yo, those two dudes were just beating the holy hell out of each other, and it wasn't like oh yeah, these guys they know how to sell. No, they were like just smoking the shit out of each other, and I'm like, bro, I don't want to be in a ring with either one of those guys.
Right?
I do. Because obviously, I know I'm gonna get hit and it's gonna be exciting, but I don't because I'm gonna get hit and I know I'm not gonna want to be that excited about it in the morning.
Exactly. It's the after effects I'm worried about. In the moment, I'm good. It's the afterwards. Like, why did I do this?
My adrenaline's over here pumping. I'm like, yeah, this is amazing. I wake up next morning and I'm like, why did I do that?
Yeah, let's get into your life decisions.
Yeah, let's get into this third debate topic. AEW had a big announcement for everybody, and if you don't know, we have big business in Boston, Massachusetts. So, AEW in Boston is Mercedes Moné confirmed. Lou, start us off.
I like it, but I don't like it because I feel like now that somebody else is running the show at WWE, I feel like we were gonna get back Sasha Banks at WWE. I don't want her to get lost in the mix with that not so great of a women's division that AEW has, in my opinion. but maybe they're bringing her in to boost it. Who knows? She is the biggest women's star in the evidently on the planet right now. So I I'm excited for AEW, but I'm still like wishing Sasha would come back to WWE at this point.
Okay. Damien.
Big disappointment. That's what this announcement was. I mean, it was already ruined earlier in the day in the first place, so it really doesn't fucking matter now, does it? So, yeah, no, it's Tony's announcements always suck. God, they suck. Okay, so it didn't make me want to. It doesn't make me want to tune in March, wherever the day that is. But unfortunately, I have to because, well, I have to cover the bullshit.
It's your job.
Okay, so this could be all right. So look, it could be a big deal for him because it's probably going to be where Mercedes is going to show up, and probably Okada. That's probably what it is. It's probably going to be both. That's why they're making a big deal out of it. But yeah, he could have tweeted this since they already screwed it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck Tony. There you go. That's how I feel about it.
So for me, I think what it is yeah, I feel like because they're doing 2 shows, right? They're doing the tapings for God damn it, for Dynamite and for Collision in Boston at the TD Garden. So yeah, we probably are gonna get 2 surprises, Okada and Mercedes both showing up at this event. And then of course, obviously they're gonna be recording Rampage as well. Those same
Yeah.
tapings. For me, it's funny because I think this is making the announcement wise, like unfortunately, like the TD Garden beat him to the punch. Like, I probably would have, maybe would have told the venue like, "Hey, can you like make this announcement the day after we do this?" But it is what it is. Like I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna be honest though, man. I'm kind of excited for Mercedes Moné in AEW. I know they've been kind of teasing it for a while. She's been on their payroll for a long time, from what like
Yeah, that's
Sean
what I
Ross Sapp
heard.
and like Dave were like putting out. But no, I'm excited about it, man. Like I don't know if I still think that the women's division is still building, right? Unfortunately, like we're still getting there. Soraya is just kind of like wherever, Ruby Soho is just kind of like the sidekick thing. They're starting to revamp the whole Outcast. Timeless Tony is still amazing. Like I love watching that. I love seeing Deonna Purrazzo in AEW. That's great. You have all these other talent too. Serena Deeb is still like in that division. You have Mercedes Martinez. You have all these great talents that are like in the women's division that you're just not showcasing yet. And I'm like, I don't know what you're waiting for. I really don't know what you're waiting for to show off, because Willow being there, you have Chris Statlander, right? Where Trisha Dora is there with Ring of Honor. You can bring her to the AEW side, right?
There's so many people.
There's
Athena,
so many. Billy Starks is
Nyla
there.
Rose. There's
Nyla
like so.
Riho is there. Chaz, your
Okay, I
favorite
wasn't gonna say
wrestler.
her,
No, I
but
did. 100%. I'm gonna go that
Britt
route. I don't care.
Baker.
Britt Baker. Britt Baker is there. We didn't even talk about.
Oh god.
Like it's wild. It's
There's a
wild
lot.
to
There's
me.
a lot of women there that they are not utilizing, and it's a sad thing. And I see. Look, I'm happy for Mercedes because I don't think she needs to go back right yet, and it's because she got injured. She hasn't been able to really go out there and like have fun. So I do not want her to go back so soon. I want her to go out and have some fun still.
Right.
Race her stop.
WWE has, or not WWE, AEW has been a thing since 2019, and the women's division has been fucking trash since 2019. They need to fix that shit.
Yeah, don't disagree with that. They have their moment.
But yeah, but it comes in spurts. Like you'll have 2 or 3 really good weeks, and then you'll have 9 weeks of garbage, 10 weeks of garbage, and then here's another 2 good weeks of women's wrestling and women's promotion. Then another 10 weeks of garbage.
Or sometimes it gets longer than that.
Facts.
And it's not even the women's fault. That's what makes it worse.
Yeah, it's not the women's fault by any means.
Like that's what makes it worse. It's like you can't even crap on them. It's not their fault. This is why Jade, is in training.
Yeah.
Yes, she had 90 some matches, but she should have had more matches than that in that time limit.
It's also I'm thinking about like all these like the women's roster. Like I was saying it from the jump, right? Like the first year, like obviously you have your growing pains, everything's gonna be like, getting put together. The second year, you're probably gonna take a step back. The third year is where you're really gonna need to accelerate. And now we're in our fourth year, and we're still talking about how the women's division hasn't really taken off yet, and it's building. It's just so slow because like where you have this tag division, you have the men's tag division, you have the trios, and then you have obviously like the singles titles, right? They're all taking off, but the women division is still slow. And Tony cannot be the guy that says, well, they're not viewed. Their viewership is not quite all there just yet. Like it's still kind of it's still lacking. It's still like no one's like paying attention to it. But you're not giving them any time to invest into the women's division. And again, we're back at this. And Chaz, and I'll post the comment up too. But Chaz said it right, that she isn't the magic bullet that's going to fix the division, because she's not. She's the biggest wrestling star, like women's wrestling star on the planet that's not signed to WWE, right? And here she is, like you're trying to include her to get more people to view the women's division. Like, how about just booking the women that you have and then include Mercedes? That way you're boosting everybody at the same time instead of just like, oh, well, we'll just try this piece. Oh, we'll just try this piece. Like, there's not a magic puzzle piece. You got to put the pieces together and make the puzzle work. Like, fix it and then put it in together.
You got to put the right pieces in there, not just trying to fit any piece in there.
But we've been saying that about AEW's women division for a long time. When Athena came, we were like, well, what are you gonna do with Athena?
Dude, when they first introduced the women's title,
I mean,
the first women's champion was the wrong choice.
I mean, we said it with Serena Deeb. We said it when Ruby Soho and Taya Valkyrie came through, and Thunder Rose came through. Like
I totally forgot about her.
We had all these women. We had all these women here that we had. You had like 25 women that you could have promoted, but instead you just left them in the back. Anna Jay sat with the fucking Dark Order for how long? Just la da da.
To be fair, though, Anna Jay was very rough around the edges, and to get stuck with Brody and then get put with Chris. I say stuck, that's not fair. But they get put with Brody and they get put with Chris, I think helped her develop the character that she has now. And I'm not really against that. She needed time to develop.
Yeah, she did. She's got a lot.
But overall, it's like you have so much talent in the women's roster that you guys don't promote it. You guys get another show and you still don't promote the women on another show very often. It's just like, dude, come on.
Yeah. Well, you have Queen.
Tony's got too much going on.
Yeah, Queen Anamita, is that her name? She just had to match with Toni Storm.
Yeah.
She's lit. Like she's very good at her job, right? And I love watching her work. It's crazy to see that like this women's division is like bolstered with so much good talent, and you're not giving the time to let that talent really explode on the scene. Like it's just mind-boggling to me.
Well, the thing is, though, signing Mercedes now, what other 8 to 10 women are getting ready to get pushed back on the back burner?
That's the toughest part.
Exactly.
No offense to anybody, but that's what's gonna fucking happen.
It's going to. I think Mercedes being in, I think it is confirmed that she's obviously going to be there. We just said that, right? And I think the biggest problem I see is that you need to have a plan in place to help bolster the entire roster up, right? Because Mercedes can only take it so far. You're going to need someone to help elevate the rest of that to go up, right? Especially if you're bringing in someone like Brian May, right? Or you're
Right.
going to eventually, let's say, I don't know, a Julia becomes available to AEW, right? And rumor is that she's going to WWE, allegedly. I don't know. I'm just saying that what happens. You have all these great stars that are coming up, and you're just telling me that you're going to be like, nah, we're going to go ahead and just keep things going the way they're going. We're going to focus on one match at a time instead of trying to showcase, hey, this women's division is that division, right? Because I look back and I'm like, bro, like we didn't even talk about Sky Blue, like, bro, like this division is so lit. I'm so mad that we can't even get to see all this talent show off. Oh my god, man! And Julia is coming so far
Yeah,
from where she
Julia
started
Hart.
to where she
You're
is now,
right.
bro. I'm just like, bro, this is
It's so you're right. There's so much talent on there that you forget, and it's bad. That's so sad.
I'm gonna be
It's
like,
still so sad.
yeah, I'm gonna blow like the vein in my forehead is gonna show and explode because I'm so mad. Because you know who else we haven't talked about? Friends of the show, the Renegade Twins are on
Yeah,
the
aren't they
AEW
signed? They
roster
right. They
and
are.
they're not used. Yeah, they're in Ring of Honor. I get it. Yes, I know they're on the Ring of Honor, and fortunately, Robin is doing an amazing job on there, but she can go so much harder in the paint than you're allowing her to go. I'm just like, just please help them. Help the women's division. Help you. That's all I want. All right, check it out. So those are all of our big debate topics. So unless the rest of you are just like, Cody crybabies, you guys can hit us up. Let us know what's going down. We definitely want to hear from you. We have one more thing that we're going to do because it is Super Bowl Sunday. So it would only be fair. We did this last year. We're going to do it this year because Chaz isn't here. I need Super Bowl picks from everybody.
Oh.
It is the
Oh.
Niners Chiefs, by the way, just to put it out there. So no one picks like a random third team that's going to run in and team up with the other team to help throw the other team off.
All right, I picked the Mets.
You're taking the Nets? Damn it.
No, it's not even. It's not even like in the same sport.
Somehow, some way, Nick and Matt Jackson are gonna fuck this up too. Don't worry.
I don't care. I'm gonna be legitly honest. I do not care to see the Super Bowl. The only way I will watch it is if Taylor Swift breaks up with what's her name, like during the halftime show.
Yeah.
And it completely ruins his game, and it's just over. I'll watch it then.
That you know what? I bet there's probably a betting odd for that right now.
It probably is.
When does Taylor break up with Kelsey? Super Bowl, right before the Super Bowl, right halftime show, or after?
I want it to happen. I know. I want her to be performing. But hold on. The chat says Usher is gonna be on there. Oh yeah. Like
Usher's
let
performing.
her and Usher be on stage, and he's like grinding all up on her, and he's just so distraught.
Dang, that's crazy. All right, Lou, who you got?
Who do I want to win, or who do I think is probably going to win?
Who do you want to win?
I want Niners gang to fucking win this shit. Bang bang Niner gang. That's what I want to fucking win this shit because I fucking hate the Chiefs. Fuck Patrick Mahomes. Fuck Travis Kelce. Fuck Taylor Swift. Fuck Cheeseburger Andy.
You know the Chiefs are winning, right?
I fucking hate. They're
You know
probably
they're
gonna
gonna
win.
win. You know they're gonna win. Like they got the refs in the pockets. There's gonna be like some kind of like electrical malfunction. The lights
Roger
are gonna
Goodell
go
is now going to
out.
be the Vince McMahon of fucking NFL. You know Taylor's down there on her knees with him.
Hey,
Saying, "Get the
no,
Chiefs."
you know what? Hey,
Yeah,
no, you can't say
yo,
that.
you
You
can't
can't say
say
that.
that. Yo,
We're
you
gonna
can't
mute you
say
for
that.
that. That's
Oh
not
God,
happening. That's
yo,
not
wow,
happening.
you can't.
No. That is not
Wow.
a thing. She doesn't sign NDAs.
Yeah, exactly right.
It's good
No,
shit.
we can't do that.
Yo, I'm gonna take the honestly, man, like I'm an AFC guy. I definitely want to see the AFC retain the title, but I'm gonna be honest, man. There's just something about Brock Purdy with the Niners that I definitely like. Maybe it's the fact that he was Mr. Irrelevant. He was, the very last pick of the draft 2 years ago, and now he has this opportunity to lead his team to the Super Bowl. So I think that's the way I want to roll. I'm going to take the Niners, but I definitely, I mean, let's be real, man. Goodell going to run on the field and intercept the ball and just fall for the Chiefs. It is what it is, guys. Listen, football is scripted. I don't care what I gotta say. All right,
I've been saying this since like the 90s, okay? I've been saying it since the 90s that football is fucking scripted. I don't care what nobody says. Like like teams take dives on purpose. I said it.
Let's wrap up. Let's look at some of these. We'll look at these last comments and then we'll bolt. Right.
Oh yeah, the
So,
dumbass of the week, real quick.
oh yeah, who is dumbass of
It's
the
a
week?
tie.
Damn, a tie.
Yeah, it's a tie. The tie is between Anthem and the IWC.
Well, my vote's for the IWC, so I'm still leaning that way.
So you know what? I'm gonna give you know what? I like that tie. I'm okay with that tie. I am okay with that tie. It goes hand in hand. I
So let's
blame the IWC for getting Scott Demore fired.
Yep.
Yeah, get pissed about that. Yeah, go ahead and blow up the internet about that. I don't give a fuck. Just to let you know.
All right, here we go. So, hey guys, I hope you're doing well. Yes, we are.
Thank
We're
you,
having a lot of
thank
fun.
you.
Thank you. Boston. Yeah, because that's how they spelled it on the stupid paper.
Right?
I, it's not. And you know what? I swear to God, if someone says it's boss time, like on AEW, that's it. I'll be out. I'll check out. I said it on the air. I'll check out. Don't say it. Especially because she refers to herself as the CEO. So
Right.
it will get numbers to begin with, and then the bookings will just go back to the normal 800. Okay. Probably. Actually, you know what? That's a valid point. That's fair. That's fair to say. She would do nothing but keep the women who've been there from jump to stay off TV. Chaz.
Right?
Yeah. In regards of Chaz saying not Riho, but it definitely is. He has this affection for her. She's the magic bullet, like I said earlier, right? But the only positives will be the matchups, 100%. He said something for you, Lou. Lou is right. It's sporadic in the bookings.
The women's division,
The trios division is probably the hardest division. It's thriving more. Yeah. Chaz takes Taylor Swift to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, she's definitely winning.
I'm watching for the Usher concert. I don't know if you guys know it or not, but there's a football game before and after the Usher concert.
Not just the Usher concert.
Yeah, what Lou said. He said, end the show. Puts in these laugh emojis. Puts in more laugh emojis because that's what he does. All right. So for all our listeners and our viewers, if you guys stuck with us for the rest of this time, all 1 hour and 15 minutes of this, if you have an Xbox, you get an achievement. You got a PlayStation, you get a trophy. If you've got a PC, you don't get a virus because I'm not that dude, but you do get a thumbs up because, we ain't got nothing else. You can just like that. And if you're a Switch player, cool. So you guys know what to do. We're going to take this home. Actually, the way that we do it on. What are you doing, Lou? What are you doing? Put your stuff on there.
Thanks, guys.
Nah, you can wait. You can wait to the end. He's saying bye. So anyway, we're gonna take this home because this is Red Dawg and Friends, not Chaz and Friends. But if you guys didn't know, you guys can tune into all of our favorite episodes on YouTube. You guys can check us out on Spotify. You guys can listen to us on Amazon Music, or you can even check us out on iHeartRadio or that dumb slogan thing is that they do. Follow us on all of our social media platforms, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Threads at 3Count Pod, or you can check us out on X at 3Count_pod. You can even go check us out on Twitch every once in a while when we do our live streams. You can check us out here on the Infinite Network, which goes like this. Infinite Network. Infinite Plus. You guys can also go ahead and share this with your friends, with your family, with your dog, with your enemies, because we love haters too. Don't forget to go check out Now Enter Ring, check out the Villains Lounge, and go check out all the other fun stuff that's going on with the 3Count Podcast. Buy our merch on foryourwear.com or even on prowrestlingtees.com. Do all stuff, or you're really just kind of like waiting for this episode to end. You're waiting for that outro, and then you are going to go choose another episode to listen to.
Yep.
Bye.
Later.
Hey guys, it's the host of the 3Count, Chaz Evans here. Make sure to let you know that I don't run shit, I don't do shit, I just talk shit. And make sure you subscribe to our podcast. What else did you do? You should also follow us on all social medias. That's the Facebook at 3Count Podcast, the Instagram at 3Count Pod, and the Twitter at 3Count_pod. Also, if you like us a lot, you should definitely buy a t-shirt at prowrestlingtees.com/3countpod, and that's the number 3. Don't be an idiot and type in THREE, because you're not going to find anything. So make sure you follow us at 3Count Pod or 3Count_pod on Twitter and buy a shirt. Be there or be somewhere else.